What is it? I don't know. It's a game, I guess. Oh, it's 53 degrees and foggy. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's the 20th day of May, 2024. And we're looking at toys. Specifically, we're working at Warcrow. I don't know how new or old this game is. I first saw a blurb for it a couple days ago, and I knew it was floating around back in my head, so I decided to look at it today because toys, which of course also ponders the question, how many of these games use the word war in the title? Anybody know? I mean, we got Warhammer, the OG. We got War Machine, which I need to show you guys. We've got Warlord. And now we have Warcrow. I don't think Warcraft counts, though there was a miniature game for Warcraft, so I'll count that as half. So 4.5 that I can think of right now. I'm sure there's more. So if anybody knows how many, I'm sure, has somebody ever done, a spreadsheet of how many of these there are? Anyways, this is Warcrow. It comes from the same people who brought us Corvus Bell, which is a sci-fi skirmish game. I should cover that one too. It looks fantasy-esque, so we could use it for D&D as well. We've got, looks like a party of adventurers here. We've got an elven caster. We've got a priest or a paladin. We've got a guy with a magic wand or a gun. I'm not sure which. I'm going to say gun. And then we've got a couple men-at-arms. And then we've got a rogue wearing a plague doctor hat, because if you wear a plague doctor hat, you're just that much cooler. So we can find out about the universe, the games, the resources, and there's a blog. So let's see what you can tell us about the universe. Though I'm going to assume it's just, fantasy future, it looks like, or whatever. Magic, mysterious fog, typical stuff. We really don't care. We just want to look at the toys, but they do have a universe thought out, which is nice. So it looks like it takes place on sort of Earth. Oh, that's cool. As you move the thing, that's cool. And then we have the units, or lindworms, as they're called. So we've got the hegemony of Embergs, the Northern Tribes, the Cyan, the Feardum, the Scions of I'm getting these all wrong. Yargloth, and the Mount Haven. Let's start with the hegemony of Emberg. Let's see what their figures look like. This is the guy we saw. I'm assuming that's a gun, though it could also be a wand. I don't know. And then these are what they look like. So these appear to be the humans. So this is a elven caster. Then we've got this, I guess, paladin priest dude. We've got another caster here. So generally it looks like our typical fantasy dudes. Then we got the Northern Tribes. I'm going to say are barbarians. And yep. So we've got this orc barbarian here. He looks awesome. And we've got another orc barbarian. Another bunch of orc barbarians. So the Northern Tribes are the orcs, or their take on the orcs. They live up north, and yet their skin is green, which is not a color your skin would turn if you lived in a very cold northern environment. You'd probably actually be pretty pale, having so little exposure to the sun. Here we've got an orc caster with a ridiculous thing on her back. Here we've got our orc warlord. Here we've got another orc warlord looking all awesome. And that's pretty much all we have on these guys. We've got this, I can't even pronounce the name. I'm going to say space elves. Yep, they're the elves. We've got an elf with some kind of goo hanging off of their arm. We've got an elf bow person. And that's the only figures we have of these dudes. We've got the feudum. We've got a bard ranger. We've got some kind of caster, and that's it. These guys I only get two pictures as well. And maybe these are lesser units, We got the scions of whatever word that is. Oh my God, look at that dude. So these are undead mutants, chaos spawns. This guy is composed of a bunch of different body parts. Wow. We've got whatever this is. That's nightmare fuel here. We've got relatively normal looking dark elf. And that's it. That's all we get of these. I would like to see some more figures. I'm not incredibly impressed, but some of them have been cool. And then we got the dwarves. And here's a dwarf waterbender. And a dwarven female hero. And that's it. That's all we get. So let's see. Universe Nations. Maybe we can get some more look at the figures in the Nations section. Nope. Maybe in the games section. Okay, so we know it's from Corvus Bell. We know it's fantasy Corvus Bell. Corvus Bell being a sci-fi game these guys have made. This tells us about the people who've made it. This tells us how to play. This tells us the candle of events that are coming up. You can generate your own random name for the universe. That's cool. Resources. That's it. Definitely not a lot of art, but you know, it's nothing we haven't seen before. Some of them are cool. Some of them are pretty standard. You know, there's a tried and true look. It was Warhammer the first. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, technically Chainmail was the first, but Warhammer is definitely the one people most know. And when people are trying to create a new game in this genre, it's, you know, go look at Warhammer, and then what can we do that's different, but still close enough that we can get, you know, that Warhammer attrition. So they've definitely gone for the tried and true classic fantasy. We've got the classic fantasy races, 2 different human groups. We got elves, dwarves, barbarian Viking orcs from the north but still have green skin, and the mutant undead whatever they were, chaos. So yeah, okay. Nothing. I mean, other than that weird mutant dude, nothing really impressed me. I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen before. Still, I mean, I'm not this talented, so I can't complain. I can't make this stuff or paint this stuff this well. I do like this. That's cool. So yeah, it also looks like they're just starting out. Anybody know anything about Warcrow? Please let me know. I do like to occasionally look at the other toys out there besides Warhammer. So yeah, I saw this pop up in a feed a couple days ago, and it had been percolating in the back of my head. And, you know, then I'm just like, how many of these have used the word war in their name? You know, War Machine, Warhammer, Warlord, Warcrow, and then we've got the Warcraft miniature game. Remember those? That one? So that's 4.5. There's got to be more, right? But that means we have to look at Corvus Bell too, because I've seen that they have a space game too. So good luck with your fantasy game, guys. Thanks for letting us look at your figures and showing us what you have. It looks like we're still at the beginning stages of what these guys have coming out. So I'll expect once we check up on them again, they'll have more figures, because it does still feel like they're in the early stages. Of course, I could be wrong. This game could have been around forever. I do recognize the name Corvus Bell, so I know the company's been around. So if anybody has information about this, let me know. If anybody knows any other games that use war in the title besides the 4.5 I mentioned, let me know. Otherwise, that's it for today. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you've got something else you want me to talk about, let me know. If you never want to listen to me talk about this ever again, let me know. Until then.
Yo, check. Yeah.